Serba Dinamik, a little-known turnkey contractor, is unfazed by the current economic slowdown as well as the volatile outlook of the oil prices. This is because the company has businesses across power, utilities as well as oil and gas. We asked its CEO on how the company plans to move forward. Alright, Dato', thank you so much for agreeing to interview with us here. So basically, Dato', why don't we start with the very basic stuff. Can you tell us about Serba Dinamik, the company itself?
Serba Dinamik Sdn Bhd is the first company that has been set up in 1993, which was way back about more than 23 years ago from today. And from there, we were trying our very best to position ourselves as a maintenance service provider. And one of the main clients that we was targeting at that time was my ex company, ASEAN Bintulu Fertilizer. So, alhamdulillah, through the effort, meeting all the qualifications, requirements and so on, we managed to get the first job in ASEAN Bintulu Fertilizer Sdn Bhd. So we did that job with full dedication, full commitment, because we can't fail. And from there, I think we have managed to meet the goals of what we intended to do. The job was done in accordance to what the client expectations. We will say that Serba Dinamik is a multinational company of preferred choice. So there are two very important words there, multinational company, and also the word preferred choice. The multinational entity, it means that the company has to make its positioning globally, outside Malaysia, in countries which we think we can be of value to the prospect of the clients that we are looking at. So fair enough, at the moment we are present domestically in all the strategic locations where the energy industry are present, which is related to the power industry, power generation industry and also the oil and gas industry. Overseas, we are present quite strongly in Indonesia. In fact, we have about 4 operations over there at the moment in different strategic locations. Also, we have moved into Middle East quite strongly. We are doing jobs in the countries like Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, and also Oman. So we have been there at the moment for more than 13 years already.
I see.
And moving out further into the European Union, we have made a presence in United Kingdom. That was way back about 3 years ago. And then we have also done a small acquisitions of a UK company way back about 1.5 years ago. So that will also help us to expedite or speed up our objective and intention to position ourselves in one of the European countries.
I see.
So that is meeting the multinational company objective.
In terms of, you are quite strong also in EPCC contracts, or turnkey contractor.
Yes.
So what kind of projects have you embarked on this, and what is the contract value you have at the moment?
The EPCC that we are talking is the real main contractor kind of positioning, where we took up the entire contract under the engineering, procurement, construction and commissioning. That's what the EPCC stands for. Right. We are taking up one at the moment for the construction of the hydropower plant in Kota Marudu in Sabah, at a value of 218 million ringgit Malaysia. Kota Marudu itself is a small township, but the location of the hydro plant will be way up at the river where the source of the intake will be coming in.
I see.
So it's quite a challenging project, I would say. Bottom line is what we want to achieve now is we want to gather, and at least by 2016 we will have something like a generating capacity of 50 megawatt within Serba Dinamik Group.
I see. Okay.
We are not really a very big player at the moment.
I see.
But everything has to have a starting point.
And I also understand you're also tendering for quite some projects as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what is your appetite for when it comes to tendering the projects? Are you looking at the higher margin projects, or are you looking that can give long-term value?
Yes. This is what we are positioning the company as what we term it as projects that have a recurrence kind of revenue to the entire group. We are working on quite a number of these similar kind of project. Some I think is still not reaching the mature stage.
Right.
We are negotiating, we are discussing, we are presenting. But I would say as a total amount that we are working along that direction is almost something like ringgit Malaysia 15 billion value. In our estimations, it will run for 5 years from now.
You mentioned earlier you provide EPCC to the oil and gas services company. Now, before we start into that, are you not concerned on the current downturn or in the oil and gas sector?
I think as entrepreneurs, we are always optimistic.
We have to be, I think.
And one of the value added or differences that Serba Dinamik has as compared to other players is we are a very strong company in the maintenance kind of capabilities. And maintenance from certain aspect is considered as a recession-proof kind of revenue. Regardless of how the economy is, as long as the plant is running, the factory is running, maintenance activities still has to go on. So those are activities which we are not giving up. It will still become one of the core activities too. If we look at the Middle East EPCC activities, it slowed down a little bit, but it does not mean that it's totally gone. The Middle East asset owner are still investing, they are still spending, because at the end of the day, people believe that what other options of energy is still there at the moment to compete with oil and gas. People has been investing and spending so much onto solar technology, into alternative energy like biogas, biomass. But we have to admit that it is not really making a very strong breakthrough as options to replace oil and gas. So at the end of the day, it's still oil and gas as the core contributor as energy to the requirements of human life.
I see.
So with that kind of belief and the reality of what it is at the moment, so the oil and gas requirements will always be there. It's just a matter of the time, and we can see that lately a lot of analysts and a lot of people is saying that the price has bottomed off and is going to the uptrend at the moment, and that is true for the last 1.5 months.
What is a portion of the overseas contributions towards your revenue at the moment?
At the moment, I think we have managed to close up our audited figure of 1.38 billion revenue in the 2015. Our profit PAT, which has been approved by KPMG as our auditor, is approximately about 153 million.
I see. Okay.
It's roughly around, I think, 11 point something % of the revenue.
Right.
And out of the total group revenue, 90% is coming from EPCC and O&M.
Okay.
The balance of the 10% comes from things like our trading activities, our training and education activities, and then also from our IT solutions activities. As of 2015, 57% of the total revenue of the group is coming from overseas.
I see.
The balance are from domestic. So in a way, our overseas revenue has overtook our domestic. And way forward, in terms of our focus and projection, definitely the overseas revenue will still be overshadowing the domestic revenue.
Moving on to your profitability, now this is very or maybe to your financials.
Okay.
Your revenue, as you mentioned, has grown leaps and bounds to 1.83 billion, because the last time we checked through SSM, it was only 536 million in 2013. What contributed to such a huge leap, if you don't mind me asking that?
I think firstly is contributed to the dedication of my entire workforce. And the other contributing factor is how we package in the deal, so that the client would not look at other options beside coming to Serba Dinamik.
I see.
So what does this mean? It means that the concept that we are building up, the EPCC, the O&M, plus other smaller business unit, all actually integrated in to position Serba Dinamik Group as a one-stop center. So because of that, a lot of clients actually, initial stage is just maintenance. They have some modifications that they want to do. We were able to quickly come in to put in the solutions, plus other things as a package. So that helps in terms of increasing up the revenue. Secondly, for 2015, of course, we cannot deny that the strengthening of the US currency helps to certain extent increase up the revenue of the group. Because if you look at 2015, the appreciations of the US dollar against ringgit Malaysia is almost average about 15 to 20%. So there is another element that contribute to it. Other than that will be the EPCC kind of activities, which are normally bigger in terms of the value of the contract. So as compared to O&M, which is normally slightly smaller. So it's a combination of all these different factors.
What is the outlook for this year for the company?
We will not be doing less than what we have achieved for 2015. Right. But of course, we endeavor to make increase or increment of average around 15%.
Right.
Which is achievable based on the contracts that is running, and then plus a few other things that we are working on, which are almost concluding at the moment.
I see.
So I think it should be something which should be achievable.
Okay. And now we've heard on the streets that you are planning to go for listing. Any update on that from you?
I would say that it's an options that we are looking at. Listing is just an option. It's not something that we have decided that that is the way forward for the company. We do have private equity investing into our international operations, and the entry of the PE into our company at that time was evaluated at 7 times PE.
And another last question, Dato'. Given a choice between listing and going for trade sales, do you not have any plan to cash out from the business, or are you still remain intact in the business?
I think when the three of us, the so-called
Founders.
the founders, we are still very sentimental to the objective of the company itself. We are still very much involved into the day-to-day activities of the company, and none of them has shown any sign of trying to slow down at the moment.
Or retire? It's no retirement for you yet, Dato', yet.
In a way, it is like that as of what it is today.
With all the transformation plan in place, it remains to be seen whether the company will come out unscathed and also survive these turbulent times and also challenges in the current market.